Hi, welcome to Cycling Inform's weekly update. My name's David Heatley and this is what we're going to be covering. Specials on our workouts, our regular training rides, and some of our Facebook questions answered. Plus, we're going to be talking about a simple way to train harder so that you get results quicker, and also a little bit about bunch riding etiquette when doing mass recreational rides. But first, don't forget to join in the conversation on Facebook and like us on Twitter. If you do, you'll get access to all our recent updates on our website as they go live. Now, we've got some great specials on our workouts this week, so here we go. The first one is that we've separated out the Brindle functional strength training DVD into individual electronic downloads. So what that means is that you'll be able to download like the intermediate program 1 or just the mobilizers on their own. And obviously the price is a little bit cheaper for these, so it's a great introduction into the Brindle functional strength training. Now, the second offer that we've got going is around our indoor training workouts. Now, Jody mentioned this in the last email. Now, it always really amazes me that people go out and they spend $3,500 on new set of wheels, or they'll spend $5,500 or $10,000 on a brand new bike in the hope that they'll ride faster. Now, the reality is that that's sort of going to give you a little bit of an improvement, a tiny bit. When you start working on good quality training, you get a better improvement in your fitness and you'll be able to ride considerably faster. Now, these indoor training workouts that we're selling currently for $2.99 are the cornerstone to our training programs that we've been rolling out since 2007. And if you've ever been on one of my training programs, you'll understand that within 4 weeks you'll get really good results. Now, all you have to do to improve your fitness is to spend 2 times a week working through 1 or 2 of these indoor training workouts. Also, it's going to improve your cycling way more than a $5,500 bike or a $3,500 set of wheels will. Now, we're running some regular training rides here in Melbourne, so if you want more information on that, please go to our website www.cyclinginform.com, and it's under the coaching services menu item. Now, we posted the question on our Facebook fan page, what do you want to improve your cycling? And here are the answers to your questions. Now, Troy's asked how to improve strength and power. Well, strength and power is something that you really need to develop on and off the bike. So we've obviously got our Brindle functional strength training DVD. They're fantastic for developing strength off the bike. And when you're on the bike, I'd recommend you do some large gear. That's big chainring workouts, not a lot of them, just a little bit of them. And we actually have the Hill Climber Power Cadence Steps workout on our website. It's available either by DVD, PDF download or electronic download, and you can download that workout, do it twice a week, and you'll get improvements from that as well. Now, Paul's asked, is it okay to train the day before a race? Well, of course it is. It's very important that if you do have the time to do that. Now, one of the issues about training the day before the race is it depends on the race, and we generally, when we're working with our athletes, the workout that we allocate to that particular day, the day before the race, is depending on where they are in their program and what that race is, whether it's an important race or not. So yes, you definitely do train before a race. Okay, so Jeremy's asked a question about base training. He's just gotten back onto the bike and he wants some prep exercises. So generally, I'm a big fan of building base first, so you want to go out and do a lot of E1, that's recovery riding, nothing more than 75% of your max heart rate. Just get out there and ride the bike, get as much riding as you can, and without obviously exhausting yourself. Now, the reason why we ride in E1 is so that you can get some good volume into your training. Now, if you ride any faster than that, you won't be able to get the volume because you'll get tired too quickly. How to train harder so you get results quicker. Now, it always amazes me, I'm out on these bunch rides and people have got these fantastic racing wheels on their bikes. Now, that's great if you're doing some speed work, but if you want to get some really good solid training in, if you put a good pair of tough cyclist training wheels on your bike, and these are the sort of wheels that are heavy, they don't have any aero rims on them, and they've got lots of spokes. Now, I've got a picture of them in my article on our website, so have a look at them there. The tough cyclist training wheels, now what they do is when you wind them up into really high speeds riding these bunches, you get a lot more drag out of them. So that's going to have to make you work harder, and that's going to get you more results quicker. Now, I had the good fortune of riding the Booper over in Adelaide around the same time as obviously the Tour Down Under this year. And there are a few crazy things that riders were doing in that particular ride that I took note of, and I'll explain them here. Now, the first one is obviously there's streams of riders riding past. There's riders riding slow on the left-hand side and riders riding fast on the right-hand side. So certainly take that into consideration. So it's just really important that if you are riding slow, that you keep left, and if you are riding fast, that you keep right. Now, another tip is to remember that there are riders actually riding on the road with you as well. So if you do go to stop, please do indicate before you do that. Check behind you and then slowly pull off to the left and then stop. Now, it amazed me how many people would just stop in the middle of the road and they would have cyclists plough into them from behind. Now, the other thing that I noticed was this go and blow tactic, and I'd be riding along and I'd overtake a few riders, and then they decided that they would overtake me, only to blow up about 2 or 3 minutes later. Now, this tactic seems quite fruitless when we were in fact riding over 100 kilometres for the day. So obviously if you're riding at a pace that you feel comfortable at, going any faster than that may not be sustainable. Okay, so next week we're going to have some more updates on what we're doing here at Cycling Inform, and I'll be covering off some more questions from our Facebook fan page and also some important tips around training with heart rate.